Into some college basketball. We're going to begin with Maryland at Nebraska. That's going to be a 7 o'clock tip-off at Nebraska. The Cornhuskers, open the betting as the 1.5-point favorite and total at 137. And since those markets open this one up, we're seeing money on Nebraska. We're also seeing money on the under. Right now, Nebraska is -2, totals at 136 and a hook. Once again, the Huskers open 1.5, up to -2, total open 137, down to 136 and a hook. 57% are leaning Maryland, 70% shaded toward the over. Now, Nebraska's 10-3 straight up at home, 5th in home points allowed in the country. Very impressive stat there. Now, Maryland dropped 3 out of their last 4. They've also failed to cover in 3 out of their last 4. And they rank 138th in the nation in road scoring. And when it comes to the total, Maryland 67% of the under in their last 6. Nebraska 5-1 of the under in their last 6 themselves. So with all that in mind, I'm going to lean Nebraska -2 and the under 136.5 in that matchup there. Next game, Creighton at Villanova. That's going to be an 8 o'clock tip-off in Radnor, Pennsylvania. Villanova opened the betting as the 8.5-point favorite and the total at 153. And since this one opened up, we're seeing money on Villanova. We're also seeing money on the under right now as well. Right now, the Wildcats are -9, totals at 152. So once again, Villanova opened 8.5, up to -9, total open 153, down to 152. 70% are leaning Nova, 55% shaded toward the over. Now, Villanova's been pretty good at home this year, 10-2 straight up at home, 6-2 against the number in their last 8 at the Pavilion. Now, Creighton, on their side of things, very, very bad in many categories. They rank 239th in road points allowed, 250th in defending the 3-ball, and they failed to cover in 5 out of their last 8 ball games. Now, scoring-wise, Creighton is 4-1 to the under in their last 5. Villanova 10-2 to the under in their last 12 at home. Give me Villanova -9 and the under 152 in that matchup there. Next game, LSU at Mississippi State, 9 o'clock tip-off. Mississippi State opened the betting as the 3-point favorite and the total at 158. We've seen both movement on the spread and the total in this matchup here. We're seeing a slight fade of the Bulldogs in the early going. We're also seeing movement downward on the total as well. Right now, the Bulldogs are -2.5. Total moved down to 156. So once again, Mississippi State open 3, down to -2.5. Total open 158, down to 156. 57% are leaning Mississippi State, 52% shaded toward the under. Now, Mississippi State ranks 18th in home defensive rebounding. They're 13-2 straight up on their home court. The Tigers of LSU have failed to cover in 3 out of their last 4. They also rank 245th in road defensive rebounding. Now, scoring-wise, Mississippi State is allowing just 69 points per contest on their home court. Give me the Bulldogs of Mississippi State -2 after buying the hook and the under 156 in that matchup there. All right, let's go ahead and move on to our next and final game for the show. Sorry, guys, I got maybe like a booger or a hair. I don't know. My nose is ridiculous right now. Anyway, next and final game for the show. Incredibly unprofessional. Sorry about that. But anyway, Wisconsin at Minnesota, 9 o'clock Eastern tip-off at Minnesota. The Badgers of Wisconsin opened the betting as the 3-point favorite, and the total at 132.5. And since this one opened up, we're seeing a slight fade of Wisconsin in the early going here. We're also seeing movement upward on the total as well. The Badgers are now -2.5, with the total moving upward to 133. So once again, Wisconsin opened 3, down to -2.5. Total open 132 and a hook, up to 133. 55% are leaning Wisconsin, 53% shaded toward the under. Now, Minnesota has successfully covered the number in 4 out of their last 5. They're also 14-1 straight up on their home court. Wisconsin, on their end of things, they rank 187th in road scoring, 190th in offensive rebounding, and they also rank 238th in road free throw percentage. Now, scoring-wise, Minnesota's 4-1 to the over in their last 5 at home, 67% to the over in their games on their home court overall for the year. Give me Minnesota +3 after buying the hook and the over 133 in that matchup there. All right, folks, that is going to do it for me. But before I get out of here, I just want to quickly remind you, once again to check me out at patreon.com/BrockPage. And with a documented win percentage of 80% and my last handful of board member plays, you're simply costing yourself valuable information each and every day you're not subscribed to that website. Now, memberships begin at just $1.99 per month. There's also plenty of free content there as well, including my current record. So once again, please feel free to just hit that pause button right now. Open up your browser. All you got to do is type in patreon.com/BrockPage. It'll only take you a couple of seconds. The link is in the description section below. And if you are a current patron of mine and you're watching me right now, I simply cannot thank you enough. You make it all worth it. And with all that said and done, most importantly, thank you for watching today's program. I really hope you enjoyed all this great free information. And as always, don't forget to check me out at patreon.com/BrockPage.